Mike Scott played 26 minutes. He gave you 3 points and 4 rebounds. Hey, Doc. Yo, Doc. I've loved your season. I've loved your rotations. But we have reached a tipping point. Stop this. Mike Scott is not an NBA player in this league. I don't care if they're running Sabonis. I don't care if they're running... I don't care if they get Taco Ball from the Boston Celtics and they end up getting yourself a guy. I don't care. I really don't care. It doesn't matter. Mike Scott. First of all, if this is your theory, if this is how you're looking at it, let me tell you the truth. He's 6'7". He's 6'7". He's not boxing anyone out. He's not protecting the rim. You gave up 24 and 28 points in the third and fourth quarters, respectively. He's not a big man. So if this is your idea of it, what are you doing? Mike Scott is not protecting your rim or anybody's rim. So how about on offense? You can't create anything. He hit 1-3 early in the first quarter. Enough of the Mike Scott bullshit. What it is. He should be getting a do not play coach's decision. He's not good enough to be in the rotation. At all. Even in a game without Joel Embiid. Even in a non-Embiid game. Let me repeat, Doc. Even in a non-Embiid circumstance. Mike Scott is not good enough to be in this rotation. Or any rotation for that matter. Just to be clear, he is not an NBA player at this stage of his career. If Mike Scott could unselfishly retire, that would be great. Because I'm sick and tired of watching Mike Scott play basketball. Offensively, he gives you nothing. Defensively, he gives you less than nothing. 4 rebounds in 26 minutes. Matisse Thybulle could have gave you those 4 rebounds. Obviously, he's out tonight. Matisse Thybulle could give you those 4 rebounds. Actually, hold on. I think Seth Curry got as many rebounds. Let's take a look. Yeah! Took him a little longer. 34 minutes played. Seth Curry also did not have a great game. But Seth Curry in 34 minutes had as many rebounds as Mike Scott. Stop with the Mike Scott bullshit. He is not and never will be capable of playing an NBA game at this stage of his career. And it isn't just this one game. It's been this whole year. He can't defend. Doc, do you remember what you were saying at the beginning of the year? I'm going to refresh your memory. Early on, in the regular season, you were talking about how we were missing a backup power forward to Tobias Harris. Which was absolutely true. But guess what that meant? That meant Mike Scott wasn't earning the minutes. He wasn't earning it then, and he's not earning it now. Stick to your guns to what you said earlier in the year. Mike Scott is not good enough. You're putting the team in a position to lose by putting Mike Scott in the ballgame. It's as simple as that. No more Mike Scott. I don't care if we're undersized. I don't care if he played 3 guards. Tyrese Maxey, he played good today. I thought he got jobbed by the refs. We all got jobbed by the refs. There was this one play where Tyrese Maxey gets a good layup up there, good layup attempt there, and they body clothesline him. NFL tackle him, and it's no call. The officiating tonight was also absolutely atrocious. Where, you know, I saw in the replay, I did see that little bit of contact on the hair, but that's the NBA rules with replay say clear and incontrovertible evidence. That was not clear and incontrovertible evidence. At the very least, jump it up. For that to be reversed, no, Secaucus, that's not it. That was a bad call. It is what it is. That did not cost you the game. You only scored 94 points. Tobias Harris tried to do what he could, but you're reminded why this was a bad max also. Like, 24 shots, was it? Yeah, 24 shots, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And he only made 11 field goals, so It's not as though he wasn't getting to a spot. It wasn't as though he wasn't productive. He was. But generally speaking, it's that next level, and I don't think that Tobias will ever have that next level. It is what it is. I'm no longer, like last year, I'm not going to be like, because you have Joel Embiid to do that when he's in the lineup. But clearly, Tobias Harris is a great number 2, phenomenal number 3. He should not have had a max contract. So let's talk about the player of the most controversy, Ben Simmons. You would think with his stat line, 9-16, oh, Sixers universe, you must be absolutely thrilled with Ben. And the answer is yes and no. I talked about this earlier. In fact, I talked about it in the pregame live. I said 48-minute game. We got to get to this point with Ben now. 48 minutes. You came out 3% in the first quarter, then 3-3 in the second quarter for a good 6 or 10 for essentially, I think it was like 12 points. He finished the game with 20. And that's because he hit 2 shots in the third, and he only attempted 2 shots in the fourth and only made 1 of them. That nice jump shot. 48 minutes. Not 28, not 25, not 15. 48 minutes. If you could shorten the game by half, Ben Simmons would be the greatest player of all time. Tragically, it's a 48-minute, 12-minute four-quarter game, and you don't get Ben for 48 minutes. I mean, this was one of his better games in terms of you're running in transition, and I thought that Ben tried to get open on those cuts, tried to be a little active in the post. And this brings us to a discussion that I was having on Discord that I'm going to have now. By next year, Tyrese Maxey is the starter over Seth Curry. This is ridiculous. Seth Curry has no creation ability, no ability off the dribble. If he is not shooting the rock, and if he's not knocking down his 3-pointers, just like Danny Green, these two guys, obviously, it opens the floor for Joel. Yeah, we get it. We know. It's obvious. But this isn't horse. I said this before. The NBA, National Basketball Association, is not horse. It's not. So as much as we value the jump shot, and I'll get into the jump shot with a specific player later, but as much as we value that jump shot, if you don't have anything else to it, a dribble drive if you're a guard, a post up if you're a big, if you don't have something else to it, and you're just a stand-up shooter like a certain Davis Bertans on the Wizards, they gave him a $15 million contract. Ask the Wizard band if they would do that again. The answer is no. Spot-up shooting has a place in basketball, but not the overrated place that it has. I have been insisting on this from the very beginning to make the Sixer lineup better. You can have one of these two guys, one of Seth Curry, one of Danny Green. You can have one of them, but you can't have both of them. You have to make a decision on which one you want to keep. Because it's just a redundancy and an inability to create a dribble. And that's what lost you the game. You only scored 94 points because your spot shooters couldn't knock down shots. So, we do run the 2-man game, the 3-man game, which is also stagger screen sets is the other word for it. We do run those, and those do get a Tobias Harris open. They do get a Seth Curry open. But the problem is that if Tobias Harris is a decent, solid ball handler, not a great ball handler. Seth Curry, so when you got a Danny Green standing in the corner or whatever it is, you're really hoping for a conversion, but it's not at a high enough level. It was the same thing with Shake Milton. Shake Milton has been struggling offensively of late. That's why I'm still concerned about the guard position, and we should be. Tyrese Maxey, I believe, had the potential to fill this hole. And watching that game tonight, obviously without Joel Embiid, this is why Joel Embiid is the MVP. We only scored 94 points against a Pacers team that was literally giving up like 140 to the Washington Wizards. Just put that in perspective. This has been a bad Indiana Pacers team defensively. This has been a bad Pacers team on the defensive end of the ball. And you only came away with 94 points. That is how invaluable that Joel Embiid is as an MVP and is better than Ben. I'm sorry. If you don't have the ability to pull up from 15 feet, you don't have the right to be in the same conversation as Joel Embiid. You just don't. And that might not have to be a problem in games when Joel Embiid is in or in games when Joel Embiid is hot. Let's talk about this. He's human. He's 7'2", 265. He's the most skilled player on the planet, but he's human. In a Joel Embiid off game, you looked at the other two guys that you maxed. Tobias will be solid, but solid sometimes isn't going to be enough. So then you look at this guy who tapers off as the game goes on. Why? Why do you taper off? Now, okay, part of it isn't your fault. Like I said, I would replace Tyrese Maxey with Seth Curry at this point. Danny Green's the spot-up shooter. Just have one of them, not two of them. You don't need two. Just get me one and get me another guy off the bench. Because this half-court creation is a big playoff problem. Not going to be playing. It's just like with the Nets, the center position. And I was like, the Nets have an interior defense problem that's going to cost them either several games or it will send them home. It's the same thing with us in the half court. If we don't fix this problem of being able to dribble drive, hit a 15-footer in the NBA setting, we have a significant chance of blowing this playoff round. Because we should not be losing games in the Indiana Pacers. But we did. Because we don't have a guy in the half court for a 48-minute game. And we also have a coach who has fallen in love with Mike Scott's existence because it damn sure is not his basketball play. It's just frustrating to watch, particularly with the losses. And even close games where you see the same thing over and over and over again. The inability to dribble drive, get the 15 feet from the rim. That inability to hit what is a basic jump shot is infuriating. So let's talk about this a little bit because Ben Simmons actually hit 2 jumpers. Ben, please shoot off the bounce. Enough. You want that ball in your hand, like real conversation. Because I'm not a tree nut hugger. I want Ben to be great. And so 20 points on 16 shots, you're leaving stuff on the board. And the reason you're leaving stuff on the board is that if they're guarding you face up, which they were tonight, God knows why, but they're guarding you face up. Dribble, take a couple of dribbles, and you hit 2 of them. Why not shoot more? Hit the 15-footer off the bounce. It's not on. TJ McConnell hit that shot. Set the ball open, you Ben. TJ McConnell is hitting that jump shot. If a 6'1", scrawny individual is hitting that jump shot, you have no excuse in the world not to hit that jump shot. Shoot it on the regular so that they'll have to come up even more to guard you. Seriously, I'm going to give you the full team breakdown on what that shot's going to do. Forget your points. It's not about that. Oh, no. When they come up, guess what's freed up in the middle? Dwight Howard gets freed up in the middle. Tobias Harris gets freed up in the middle. Joel Embiid gets freed up in the middle. We have gotten to the point, 5 years in your career, where I'm taking the training wheels off. I don't give a shit. If you're going to ball handle, if you're going to dribble a basketball, how many times did I see tonight where Ben Simmons is dribbling the ball significantly out the B-point line? We're talking 30 feet from the B-point line, and it's like, why? Obviously for the give and go, but even with the give and go, as fast as you are, you're standing 30 feet from the rim. You're not getting all the way to the rim. Enough is enough of this bullshit. I'm not going to give you the kids' gloves. You were great in transition tonight, but 5 turnovers, I thought you made a lot of lazy passes, especially in the first quarter, that weren't credited you with turnovers for some weird reason. A lot of deflections early on. If you watch the game, you would just have seen that it was the good and the bad with this guy, and this is yay, but is this your best? No. I think you can be better. I think you can be a lot better. And one of the ways you can be better is if you stop the insistence on, oh, well, I'm Ben Simmons, I don't have to take the shot. You do. You and every other player. In 2021, the 15-foot jump shot is there for you. Take the shot. I also want Tyrese Maxey to take the shot, to be fair. Because Tyrese Maxey, he got to the rim. That we talked about it, a day before the game, where it's like you're relying too much on your floater. He got his shot blocked a couple of times. But Tyrese Maxey, he just went right back into it. Got a layup in, was fearless. I love what I saw from Maxey in only 16 minutes. I am putting the 16 minutes for emphasis to continue to tell Doc I disagree with the rotation tonight. In a game where you were missing you were missing Shake Milton, you were missing Matisse Thybulle. For Tyrese Maxey only come away with 16 minutes of a bad rotation game on your part. We saw Isaiah Joe, but to be frank, Isaiah Joe is 6'5", maybe an inch shorter than Mike Scott. You gonna give me this Mike Scott center bullshit? Why not play Isaiah Joe? Literally here, but Burkhan Korkmaz gets healthy. Play Burkhan Korkmaz over Mike Scott. I don't care. Burkhan Korkmaz, 6'7", same size as Mike Scott. I don't care. Get Mike Scott the hell out of my rotation by every means necessary. Period. That's why he lost. Long-term picture, there were two things of note. We have 3 games left to win 1 game. I imagine that we'll get it done. I hope that we'll get it done. But I have a firm belief that we will. We will get it done. So that's the one thing. I am still 97.6% confident that we could pull this out. But even when we do pull this out, the number 2 thing is dribble penetration and Ben Simmons in the half court. Like I said in the pregame live, and today's game proved it. If Ben Simmons is unable to create dribble penetration in half court in a playoff series, and if we lose that playoff series, but the thing is, I don't think you'll get beat up. I don't know if you're going to get anything at Echelon, but I do know this. The salary, the clog lanes, no. No. And for the Ben boys of intangibles, Russell Westbrook gives you the same intangibles, but at 8 times the level. If this is all Ben is, slightly better Lamar Odom, that's not irreplaceable, and I pull the trigger in a heartbeat. Because I need more. I need more next to Joel. I need more in general in the half court regardless. This is just shit. You only scored 94 points against the 18th ranked defense. Unacceptable. That's utterly unacceptable. You got the Heat and the Magic. There's no way you can lose all 3. For the sake of my sanity, 6 of the universe, I think that Heat game is Thursday, right? So, 48 hours. Let's see what we got. 6 of the universe. Peace.